Hello, Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are continuing with Duskmourn season and our second Duskmourn draft of the season. So let's go ahead and dive into Pack 1 Pick 1. Still a lot of reading to do early on here. What do we have in the commons slot? Our room is Moldering Gym Weight Room. Unlock the door, you get a land on the battlefield tapped, you can manifest. Winter's Intervention, fine-ish removal spell. What else do we have here? Baseball Bat and Brood Spinner. Both quite good gold uncommons. Withering Torment, a good removal spell. And what is our rare? 6 mana, draw 5. You have no maximum hand size. Don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. This is horrible. Okay, so I'm between Brood Spinner and Withering Torment here, and maybe Baseball Bat. Moldering Gym could be interesting as well. I'm going to go ahead and take the removal spell. There's a chance that Brood Spinner or Moldering Gym could be fun with like a multicolor rooms kind of thing going on. All right, so we passed it on Wednesday and managed to wheel one of these, but we also passed a lot of the good reanimate targets that could have been a lot of fun. Question is there anything else that's better? Maybe we could wheel the Shepherding Spirits. I think these land cyclers are great things to get into a Reanimator deck for. And I don't even know if Reanimator is that good of a deck in this format, but it's a unique deck that seems like it'd be kind of fun to really go in and go hard for. Trial of Agony is a fine removal spell. 1 mana deal 5 and the other one can't block. They get to choose though, but that's okay. Glimmer Burst is a very, very good card draw spell. 4 mana, instant speed, 1/1, draw 2 cards. Triggers Eerie, all sorts of things like that. Underwater Tunnel room as well. Wickerfolk Thresher, another really good card. 4 mana, 5/4 artifact creature. Delirium, you get to look at lands, put them into the hands of the battlefield, so on and so forth. I'm going to take the Rise of the Moth. I mean, I don't think we're going to get to a point... well, what I'm going to say is, at some point in this format, I think we're going to realize that, you know, Reanimator isn't really worth going for, and I'd rather get this out of the way before I realize that. Marina Vendril, 5 mana, 3/5. Enters, reveal a top 7, put all enchantments into your hand, and you can lock and unlock rooms. Seems like a commander thing. Commune with Evil, 3 mana, look at the top 4. 1 into your hand, rest into your graveyard, you gain 3 life. It's not too bad. There's also Fear of Lost Teeth. What do we got in red here? 5 damage to a creature, but you have to sack a creature and enchantment. It is only 2 mana though. Soul Rager's a room built around. Ticket Booth. This one's not too great. I'm going to go ahead and take the card draw spell with Commune with Evil. Not super high on most of that there. Alright, another one of our garbage rares coming around. House Cartographer, 2 mana, 2/2. Beginning of your second main, if it's tapped, reveal cards from the top of your library to reveal a land card, put it into your hand. Say its name is another self-mill card that can help with Delirium, and in the wildest of cases, get you Atlanak onto the battlefield. Fear of the Dark. Glimmerlight's an interesting, kind of decent rate for just a random artifact here. There is a Neglected Manor. I don't really like this pack too much either. I mean, there is the Say Its Name. I might just take the land here. What I really want to see is like the other black, white, gold uncommon, which is like the 7 mana 5/5 Death Touch, gain 2, drain 2, draw card, things like that. That would be perfect. I'm not super pushed by anything in that pack, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the Neglected Manor here. 5 mana 4/4 ETBs, tap a creature, and if they control it, put a stun counter on it. Seems fine. What else do we have here? There's a good amount of red cards still, as well as a Branch Snapper. There's a chance we could be red-black, maybe. I mean, I'm not married to this Rise of the Moth yet. We haven't seen that this deck is particularly open. And I do think Clockwork Percussionist is perfect in kind of the red-black sacrifice kind of deck. Boiler Bilge's Ripper, perfect thing to sacrifice the Percussionist with. I don't really care too much about a given to violence. Fear of immobility. We're not locked into white either. I'm just going to go ahead and take the percussionist. I don't feel like um, I don't feel like black-white is particularly open. Violent Urge, +1/+0, and first strike Delirium, it also gains double strike. There is Glassworks and Shattered Yard here, though, man. Man. 3 mana, unlock the door, deals 4 damage to a creature, and then you can also pay 5 to have it ping them once at the end of your turns. I think I'll take that here over Winter's Intervention. For those of you that didn't watch Wednesday, there was a moment where I made a point how Winter's Intervention is not near as good as Savor. It looks kind of like Savor did from the last format. It's not near as good. I attacked with a 7/6. They blocked with 2 4/4s. And then Savor would have let my 7/6 survive, but Winter's Intervention just traded 2 for 2. So that's the biggest difference between those two cards there. So we got Direlict Attic. We've also got another Glassworks Shattered Yard, a Razor Trap Gorge as well. Trapped in the Screen's pretty good removal spell as well. Boiler Bilge's Ripper. We're not locked into, a specific sacrifice deck per se. We could actually end up being like blue-red rooms, maybe? I mean, black isn't looking to be super open here. There's a couple of bedhead beasties that has literally beds on its head. Trial of Agony, much more of an aggressive card. We could end up in a deck that would want that. Machete seems interesting as well. 4 mana, Manifest Dread, attach it to it, becomes a 4/3, and it has equip 4. I'm going to try Trial of Agony here and see where that goes. So this is our wheel here. We are wheeling some blue cards. They're not like the greatest of blue cards. We've also got both the blue and the red land cycler. Resurrected Cultist, I don't even think is that great. I put it in a few decks already, including my pre-release deck. It wasn't that impressive. I'll take the beastie here, I suppose. And Glimmer Burst came back around. So did Innocuous Rat for the Sacrifice deck. 2 mana 3/3. This is perfect in the Rooms deck as well. I'm going to try Glimmer Burst here. Grab the prize, additional cost, discard a card, draw 2. If it wasn't a land, it deals 2 damage to them. Enter the Enigma. Not really thrilled with... You know what, I'm just going to go ahead and take the land. I don't really care about too much of those cards anyway. We've got Saw, Bear Trap, and Enter the Enigma. I guess I'll take the blue card here. Why not? Okay, we got the Ripper back. If we end up going black-red Sacrifice, we can go ahead and play that. And look, for everything I said about Winter's Intervention, it's not last pick worthy. I mean, it's still a fine card. So what do we have here? Enduring Innocence. 3 mana, 2/1, lifelink. Whenever one or more creatures with power 2 less enter under your control, you draw a card, triggers only once each turn, and when this dies, it comes back as an enchantment. It's not a creature. It's quite a good card. What is this one? 2 mana, 2/2, lifelink. Delirium. Each opponent may sack a non-land permanent or discard a card, then it deals damage to its power to each opponent who didn't sacrifice. Fine. Piggy Bank is very good. If we're thinking we're going red, there's a couple of blue cards here. I think I'll take the Piggy Bank. I'm not really set up to make Enduring Innocence work very well. The Stick Twister is fine, but I think I'm probably most likely playing red here. So I guess I'll just take the Piggy Bank. I'll reserve Scorching Dragonfire for now. There is a Shroud Stomper. This is the one I said I really wanted with the Reanimate deck. I just don't think this deck is open enough for me to try to take this and get into it now. Paranormal Analyst. We don't have enough Manifest Dread. This is like a really good early pick. Already have a Commune with Evil. Untimely Malfunction. 2 mana. Destroy an artifact. Flip a target of a spell or 2 creatures can't block. That seems pretty good, but it's really hard to pass up on a Scorching Dragonfire. regardless of if we're blue-red or black-red here. I think this is just going to be totally fine. Deal 3, exile it instead. That's exactly what you want. If we think we're blue-red, we only have 2 rooms so far. Not a ton of Eerie. We're kind of like aggressive, but not. I don't really know. Let's see. So this is the control magic that's just pretty bad. What is Ticket Booth? So 3 mana Manifest Dread, 6 mana whenever you attack. Target attacking creature gains double strike. There's also another Glimmer Burst, a Murder, and a bunch of green, as well as another Stick Twister here. If we take the Stick Twister, we're not really building towards Delirium that much. I took the Glimmer Burst, but honestly, this is like the only blue card we've really seen to take. We've also got a last pick Winter's Intervention. I think I'll just take the Murder here over the Ticket Booth and kind of hedge back towards black-red. What is this one? 2 mana, 2/3 flyer. As an additional cost to cast it, return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. 3 mana, 3/2 vigilance, Eerie. Put a possession counter on it. When it dies, make an XX with flying, where X is the number of counters on it. That could be kind of good. But there's just a hand that feeds here as well, and I think we're a little bit more of an aggressive red-black deck right now. Appendage Amalgam, also not horrible, but I'm going to take the hand that feeds and I guess just another Scorching Dragonfire and be red-black removal. And see, today's going to be the day if we decide if removal is good in this format or not, because we got a lot of it. There's another hand that feeds. Interestingly, no black cards here. Green has seemed mighty open. Lots of Glimmer Bursts as well, but we'll take another Scorching Dragonfire. Here's the Reanimate. 5 mana, emerge from the cocoon at common. There is another Winter's Intervention, a Violent Urge, +1/+0, first strike, Delirium, double strike. Do I want that over a second intervention? I think I'll take a second intervention over the Violent Urge here. And I'm pretty much just locking in black-red at this point. Alright, 4 mana, 2/4. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. This card, I have not played with or against it yet, but the scuttle is that this card is much better than it looks, and I'm willing to give it a shot today. There's also Final Vengeance. Might not be too bad in our deck, depending on how many cheaper creatures we can get. But I'm going to go ahead and take the most valuable Slayer here. I think I'll take a Friendly Teddy over Cackling Slasher. It's just, even if this ends up being a 4/4 with Death Touch, like, that doesn't matter. There's been a good bit of blue-white uncommons coming around. Another Reanimate spell. Just going to take the 2-drop here. Here's another 2-drop, as well as 5 mana, deal 6, Delirium, draw a card. I think I'm just going to take the 2-drop. I hope to not play this one, but if we're a bit of an aggressive deck here, we don't really have a lot of creatures down here. We have 3 2-drops and a 1-drop, so we're going to have to fill out our 2s and 1s here in pack 3. Another Commune with Evil to draw cards. Probably don't want it. There's another Glimmer Burst. I guess I'll put that into the sideboard here. Piranha Fly, 2 mana, 2/1 flyer. ETB's tapped with no synergy in the format. Don't know why that card exists. Okay, hand that feeds Wheel. That's not bad. I don't know how common we're going to be getting to Delirium, but I mean, we do have a couple artifact creatures, so it's not impossible. Alright, we have a red mythic. What does it do? 3 mana, 3/3 haste. Whenever it's dealt damage, deals that much damage to any other target. And if a player's dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. That seems pretty good. Chainsaw is a red rare. 2 mana, ETBs, 3 damage to a creature. Whenever one or more creatures die, you put a counter on it. An equipped creature gets +1, +X+O, where it's the number of counters. Equip 3. That is also quite good. I would love to play that too. So when Killer's Masks enter, God, this art is just, so many art in this set is just ridiculous. 3 mana, Manifest Dread, attach it to it. It has Menace, equip 2. I'll go ahead and take the Screaming Nemesis, I suppose. Alright, a black rare. What's this do? 4 mana, 4/3. Whenever you gain life, they lose that much life. Whenever it dies, comes back as a creature. We're not really... Well, we do have Winter's Intervention here. Don't really have much other ways to gain life, though. Oh, Commune with Evil. Is that better than just a Withering Torment or a Murder or a Vicious Clown? I don't think it is. I mean, you really have to build around this for it to be that good, and I'm not even sure this set supports this build around. I'm just going to go ahead and take the Withering Torment over the Murder and the Clown here. It's a catch-all removal spell. Another Glassworks. Another Stick Twister. That does have lifelink. Works well with the card we just passed. And a Murder here. I think I'll take this one as a 2/2 lifelink. And, I mean, it's an artifact creature as well. 7 instants, 2 sorceries, 9 creatures, 3 artifacts. This makes it 4 artifacts. I mean, that's pretty good. Here's the Killer's Mask we looked at. There's also a 2 mana 2/2 with Eerie. Probably not. Grab the Prize. Probably not. I guess I'll take the Killer's Mask. Don't know if I want to play it or not. The Lighthouse could help us splash. I don't think we need to splash Glimmer Burst necessarily. Gosh, all of the Stick Twisters. Another Scorching Dragonfire, though. Again, like I said, we are just red-black removal today. And hopefully our 2-drops can get through after we kill all their 3s and 4s. Another Hand That Feeds. If I could wheel either of these two, that'd be great, but don't think I will. We only get the land plus another card back. Ooh. Alright, we got some good things here. 6 mana 4/4. Whenever it enters, it deals 4 damage to them. And if you have Delirium, whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to them, if you have Delirium, it deals that much to a creature they control as well. There's another Winter's Intervention. I'm gonna... You know, I'm taking the Ragged Playmate. I think we're a little bit more aggressive than a 6-drop here. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and take that here. I have not had a chance to play with this card yet. I think this card is insane. 1 mana +3/+0. It lets your 2-drop trade with their 5-drop and leave behind a 2/2. Like, for 1 mana. That seems so insane to me. I would play another Ragged Playmate, but let's take the combat trick there. Hand That Feeds. We'll take the 2-drop over the 6-drop Snatcher. Violent Urge combat trick +1/+0 and first strike versus 3 mana 1/4 that could be a 4/4 or Glimmerlight. You know, actually, I'm going to take the Glimmerlight over the Violent Urge. That does count as a creature as well. So there's a 5 mana creature, a 3 mana 2/3 that becomes a 4/3 when we drop all of our 2-drops here. Yeah, that seems okay. All right, Murder pick 11. I guess we'll take that. Not going to play anything here. Bear Trap, enchantment removal. Hand That Feeds did wheel. And given to Violence wheels. +2/+2 and lifelink. All right. So, don't have a lot of synergy here. Just a lot of cards, a lot of removal, and a lot of tricks. And maybe some Delirium. We'll see. Should be a relatively straightforward deck build, so I will go ahead and cut to the deck and see you after deck building. Alright, after deck building, here is where I ended up. Like I said, not a lot of synergy here today. We've got just 12 creatures, interestingly, so not a ton, but we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 removal spells. So we're going to be able to push a good bit of damage with the creatures that we do have and kill the creatures that they have if we aren't able to draw our creatures. I don't really like the Ripper here. I mean, I could basically turn a couple of my 2-drops into immediate trades. It works perfectly with the Percussionist. I just don't think that combo is going to come up too much. And I really didn't want to cut yet another creature. I mean, I guess I could potentially just like, no, you know, on second thought, I'm going to go ahead and just throw the Beastie in here. I could put the Teddy as well. think we have enough 2s though. I'm going to put the Beastie in over the other thing. It just doesn't really have any synergy for us. Plus, this could just be like a land cycler. And if we flood a little bit, we could cast it. Plus a bunch of removal here. In 2024 Limited, usually synergy is among the most important things to do. We are not doing that today. We are just going for straight, raw power, quote unquote, with removal and creatures. So we're going to give this one a shot. And before we dive into to game one, we do have a partner here on the channel, and it is Dubby Energy. For those of you interested in a 0-calorie, 0-sugar energy drink blend, go ahead over to dubby.gg and use code DailyDraft for 10% off all of your purchases, which does in turn support the channel. So if you're in the market for a new energy drink blend, Dubby is the place to go, and you can support the channel in doing so. Thanks for your consideration, and I'll see you in game one. All right, here we are on the draw with our mono red deck, and I guess we'll keep, because we can cast all the spells in our hand, and draw more mountains, because that's what we're doing here with mono red in limited. Manifest Dread, sure. Go ahead, play the piggy bank. And go from there. I also don't do this very often, but if you are still watching the video and you watched the last video and you enjoy the content and you're not subscribed here on the channel, go ahead and subscribe. It just kicks back to the channel in a way. We're pushing towards 2,000 subscribers here on the channel. A nice little milestone to reach, and your help would be pretty awesome in getting there as well. I also do have a Patreon, so go ahead and check me out on Patreon. That was rude. Shuffled it in my library. What a rude thing to do. Like I said, I do have a Patreon, and it's very, very affordable. $1 or $3 a month. That's really all it is. It just supports the channel as well, if you do enjoy the content that you do see here. So I think we're going to go ahead and just play Screaming Nemesis. It's the most mana efficient thing to do as well. And then next turn, if we miss a land, we can cycle and then also do something here. Remove something if we feel like we have to. Play a creature. Rude. And it's not even damage-based removal. So they're just like trashing my entire game plan so far. I'm going to play the Playmate, because if this makes its way to the graveyard, it does help with Delirium here, as it is an artifact. I don't think they got priority prior to me. Yeah, they didn't. So I could have traded. This is likely a land or a spell here, but now I know that I don't have to run into removal next turn. Well, I'll get rid of this because can't cast it. And then, I mean, I guess I'd want to keep my creature, so let's just get rid of Dragonfire and Stick Twister here. Ooh, perfect. Another mountain. That's what I needed. I guess I can Dragonfire this thing, but like, they haven't proven they have any other creatures to play. That's a creature to play. What do I do about that? I have to draw one of my 9 removal spells, I guess. See if they choose to get rid of their last card to kill her. Okay, they did not. This is a relevant creature here, it seems. Or relevant card. Could be removal or something. Okay, so I need to draw... The issue is, my removals, but my catch-all removal spells are black. So I need to draw a black land and removal. And by then, I mean, I'm just dead. Alright, now I have to just hope they block. But they win this race here, so I can't really... I mean, we're just not drawing any swamps at all. So we die in 3 turns here now. Not accounting for anything else they have. Yeah, so they currently win this race. Plus they also have another 5-5 coming, which is not great. Okay, so they likely hit a creature because they put a creature into their yard here. So this is likely going to flip into something. Interesting. Holding their creature back. Alright, alright. Well, I mean... So I can put them to 5, and then I have to block. And... It's likely bigger than a 2/2, so... I block, they flip it. It survives both this and Dragonfire, but I hit them down to 5. Next turn I could hit them down to 3, but that's not good enough. But I'm not dead. I would die to a removal spell. The issue is, if I just sit back and don't do anything, I'm not winning this game, so... I mean... Both of these are kind of losing propositions, but I think we're in a spot where we have to make suboptimal plays in the hopes that they don't have anything. They might also get a little bit worried about, you know, me having a removal spell in hand, overcommitting, and then I get Delirium at instance. Never mind, now I just... Now I just die to a bunch of big fat black creatures. Alright, well, I have to block here now. It was a land. And there is also a land. Alright, well, we didn't really, like, draw our deck that game. We just drew mountains. And they played creatures that were bigger than all of our removal. And we didn't draw any of our catch-all removal. Hopefully the rest of them go a little bit better than that. Well, look at this little curve. 1, 2, 3. We'll take this here and move on along. I also forgot to mention... Tune back into the channel in 2 days on Sunday for a new series here on the channel that I'm actually super excited about, and I think you will be too. It's going to be fun, it's going to be interesting, and that's about all I'm going to say about it now until you see it here on Tuesday, or on Tuesday, on Sunday. So again, tune back in on Sunday, and here we are, already out of gas. Gotta love it. Playing 16 lands. Now we've got all the colors, though, so our hand is open to drawing anything. Trapped in the screen. Goodbye, Screaming Nemesis. Okay, that's 3/3. Let's go ahead and move this here. The issue is they are going to have survival now, which was probably... Oh, I should have moved this back. That was so dumb. Yeah, I should have moved this away from the hand that feeds afterward. Although the Glimmerlight makes it sure that they were going to survive anyway. So they get to start drawing cards now, is that right? Mm-hmm. Not great, not great. Again, this thing's going to keep on hitting us. And the issue is if I trade with this, when this hits us and survives, they get another one. So let's do just this. And now I'll move it, I guess, over here. Okay, can we close out this game? My guess is no, because they're playing green. I mean, we need to draw the removal, obviously. But our creatures are just so small. Do I double block here? I mean, they're going to use a combat trick, but... No? Okay. I'll take it, I guess. Okay. +2/+2 in lifelink, you say. That's pretty good here, actually. So it gets rid of their creature. They're still at 7. We don't have Delirium. We don't really have great ways to get lands into the yard, which is like the extra one that's a little bit hard to do. That'll be hard to get rid of. Let's draw Murder here. Murder off the top. The answer is no. Do have half the lands in our deck, so that's good, I guess. Looks like they have turned the corner. Need to top deck like 2 straight removal spells. How about more lands? Yeah, I mean, they're drawing creatures and we're not drawing a removal. We got like 9 removal spells in this deck and we've drawn 1 of them. Just doesn't do anything here, unfortunately. We're just drawing everything out of order. See if we can fight back in game 3 and maybe get a win. The deck is very finicky, because even removal at this point doesn't save us. So So I don't know what we could have here. Yeah, that won't do it. Alright, 0-2. Let's try to get one more. See if we can get a single win with this. The deck won't make it easy, that's for sure, but we got a 2-drop and a removal spell, so I guess we'll keep it. Alright. We found a swamp. Let's go. Alright, I guess I'll play my lifelinker and see if they want to kill. Oh, they'll counter this here. And then... let's see what they got. Fear of Infinity. That is a perfect Scorching Dragonfire target. Now, I'm just going to go ahead, now that I drew this, lead on this. It's the most mana efficient thing to do. They do get to gain 2 life here, but I will be Scorching Dragonfire that likely next turn after I play hand that feeds as well. Okay, I think I'll just get rid of a mountain here. Go ahead and just exile that thing. Ooh, we have Delirium somehow. Let me take a look at how that happened. How did we get that into the yard? What do we even do? Oh, we they did it for us. Thank you. This card did it for us here. Nice. +2/+0 and Menace. So if I Withering Torment this thing, I can get in for 7. Again, we've got so much removal in this deck that, like, it should... we should be able to draw at least one more if we need to push through the last 8 points of damage here. And that's why I didn't play my land there, because there was the chance that this would flip one. Alright, 6 mana. That's a card. Can't be blocked. Alright, well that's also a card, I guess. But it can block, interestingly. Alright, well I guess I'll just kill it. We're actually drawing our removal this game, and what a shocker, it's actually going relatively well. We take those. The deck actually did what I wanted it to do. Let's go. Alright, hand looks fine here. We'll need another land or two, but we'll find that. Starting on the draw. Something you don't really like to see with decks like this, but we will make it work. I mean, I guess I'm probably leading on the Stick Twister here. Again, if they don't have removal or counter, then... but it looks like they do. Hopefully it's not Scorching Dragonfire. I'd like this in the graveyard. It's Scorching Dragonfire. It doesn't go to the graveyard. Okay, no more removal. At least at instant speed, not too bad. Now I'd like to start drawing mountains. Or at least a mountain. That's a pretty good card. 3 mana bounce something, sorcerer speed, manifest dread. That's really good. Oh my gosh, quit bouncing my creatures. I can't do anything. And a 4/3. Sure. Alright, give me a mountain off the top. Come on. I would like to kill this thing before it flips, but... I mean, I can murder it after it flips. It's just... It's so much... I need a creature on the battlefield as bad as this feels to do for the third time. Okay, it did flip. Yikes. Alright, that will be murdered next turn. And it, unfortunately, it does come back as an enchantment. Give all their creatures +2/+0 and haste. Gosh, we were just so hamstrung by lands this entire draft so far. I do have lifelink at some point to hopefully help me against the haste. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to block anything here, so let's have this take 5. And do they have another hasty creature here? I need a mountain off the top pretty badly. Yeah. Swamp is not the answer. Oh, lands. I can hit them for 7 and gain 5, put them to 9, go to 15 here. Is that really even worth it? Do I try to use this defensively? This probably isn't the right play, but our deck is doing everything it can to put us in bad spots. Oh, and they can equip this. So it's going to be like a 7-5, 6-5 first strike, 7-5 first strike or something. A 5-4 haste first strike. Well, unfortunately, Given to Violence doesn't really do anything against that, so... Well, I mean, when this dies, it deals that much damage to any other target, or when it's dealt damage. So I could actually do this. Ooh, this is actually going to be pretty good here. Because then it does kill the other creature. I do have to take 5. But their creature dies, and it gains double the life here. Oh, that was busted, my friend. I did not see that coming. Okay. Took me a while to get there. And now I draw the mountain like a turn too late, basically. Hopefully their hasty creatures don't have more than 3 toughness. That's what I'm banking on here. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. Okay, so I can't Scorching... I could Scorching Dragonfire my own creature to put them to 1, but I don't think that's worth it. And wow, that one play, Give In to Violence, turned that game around real quick. That was huge. Let's try to get to the magic number of 3 wins here, starting on the draw in this 6th game. 6th or 5th? I don't even know. Alright, we're done for lands for the game. Don't need any more of those. So, next turn, probably Playmate. The following turn, we could either Murder or Glimmerlight equip. Alright, I said we're done for lands for the game, so again, don't need any more of those. Looks like they've got the Dragonfire here. Do they want to use it or not? Looks like they didn't. It's pretty good. Yeah, let's just play the Glimmerlight, equip it, and then offer the double trade here. I can't imagine they'll want to take it, as this enchantment on the battlefield is likely worth more to them. Sure, I guess. Okay, looks like they will bounce this here now. Okay, alright, alright. Again, don't need more lands. I'm good on those, thanks. I mean, I'm trying to play 16 lands for a reason. Go ahead and guarantee the artifact and creature gets into the yard. That's a 4/4. I think I'm going to get rid of that. And before they can flip this, I think I will also go ahead and just get rid of this here. Just in case it ends up being something that they could have flipped. Okay, it wasn't, but again, while they were tapped out. Okay, Eerie. +2/+0, when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Alright, like I said, lands were good. Thank you. Alright, so they can trade here. Looks like they won't. What do we have, 8 lands again? Yeah, half our lands in, so we're playing this game with 5 cards so far? Sure. Creature down. Now we got nothing. Okay, now we also have nothing again. Murder. I mean, sure. I guess. I don't know. I feel like we have not crossed the threshold of getting past the curve of where we needed to be. All our creatures have died. Alright, 9 lands in our aggro deck with 16 lands. You know, sometimes this stuff just happens, and you get scrubbed out of a draft because your deck is just consistently like, what if we gave you your 10th land? You know. Yeah, Magic the Gathering. Gotta love it. All right, well, I'm excited for Sunday. Sunday's going to be a fun new series. Tune back into the channel if you want something a little bit different, a little bit exciting, and should be a fun one. So thanks for tuning in for today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.